Hello there, my name is Solmaz, and you're listening to Tabling Thoughts podcast. In this podcast, I talk about my experiences as a relationship coach and psychotherapist. The little things that I noticed in my clients' day to day lives, which may affect the quality of their lives and relationships enormously, and for some reasons, they don't pay that much of attention to them. As I mentioned, I'm a relationship coach and I also practice as a psychotherapist in Ontario, Canada. In order to get more information about me, you may check my Instagram account, YouTube, or my other podcasts via the links in description. This episode is copyright 2021 rights reserved. You're listening to 41st episode of Tabling Thoughts podcast, and we are going to talk about boundary settings. And just so you know, this topic will take more than one episode to elaborate around. So, are you ready for it? For most of my life, the word boundary sounded harsh, like something that pushes people away. It almost felt cold, like a brick wall that says, stay out. But over the years, especially through my work as a psychotherapist and relationship coach, I have realized something completely different. Boundaries are not about rejection, they're about connection. The kind of connection that's healthy, respectful, and real. When we don't have boundaries, we start losing ourselves in our relationships. We say yes when we mean no. We carry others' emotions as if they were our own. We try to fix everything, to be everything, and we end up exhausted. And here is the truth, my friends. You cannot build peace in your life if you do not protect your own energy. You cannot feel calm when you are constantly overcommitting, overgiving, overstaying in situations that hurt you. That's why today's episode is dedicated to understanding what boundaries really mean, not as a defense mechanism, but as a loving act of self respect. This episode is copyright 2021 rights reserved. Think of boundaries as invisible lines that define where you end and where someone else begins. They're not there to isolate you. They're there to help you to stay whole. When we don't have those lines, we get tangled up in everyone else's emotions and needs. We become reactive, anxious, and resentful because we have forgotten that our life is ours. Boundaries are simply the rules of engagement of how people can treat you and how you would treat yourself. They sound like, I cannot talk about this right now. I need some time to rest, or I love you, but I can't fix this for you, or I don't share that kind of information. Simple statements, but each one says, I respect myself enough to be honest. And my friends, that's what most people miss. Boundaries are not about controlling others. They're about taking responsibility for yourself. Let's talk about the 6 main types of boundaries, and then in next episodes we will continue with why boundaries feel so hard, how we can implement healthy boundaries. We have 6 main boundaries, as I said. The first one is physical boundaries. This is about your personal space, your body, and your privacy. For example, it's okay to say, I don't like to hug, or please knock before entering. It's not rude, it's just about self-awareness. The second kind of boundary is sexual boundary. This kind of boundary relates to comfort, consent, and respect. You always have the right to change your mind, to say no. Doesn't matter if you are a woman or a man, and to define what feels safe. The third type of boundary is intellectual boundary. This means respecting people's thoughts and opinions, even when you disagree. It's all about saying we can think differently and still respect each other. The fourth type is emotional boundaries. These kind of boundaries protect your feelings from being invalidated or manipulated. You can empathize with someone's pain without carrying it as your own. The fifth type is material boundaries. Material boundaries are all about what you choose to share, lend, or give. You can always say, I don't lend money, or I cannot give that right away. And this is a valid boundary. The sixth and last is time and energy boundary. This is the one that I think is the hardest. It means saying no when you need rest. It means not being available to everyone all the time. It's understanding that your time is sacred and not everyone deserves unlimited access to it. Each of these areas represents a piece of your own peace. When one is neglected, the rest begins to crumble too. So, my friends, I hope the definition of boundaries and the types of boundaries have been really useful to know for you. And as I said before, I'm going to elaborate about the difficulty and harshness of implementing them, and at the same time, how to apply these different kinds of boundaries with different characteristics of people around you. So till next episode, take good care of yourself and be kind to yourself.